Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Wheel to Wheel Season 7, the final round, number 12. Introducing E-League, which is an ongoing thing that we've had all season, but we finally had enough to actually run a whole lobby full of them. We'll go into that in a second, but first of all, welcome Rexy.
Yeah, thanks, Squiddy. It's good to be here. Final round of the season at the famous 24-hour Nürburgring. Should be a tough, challenging race here tonight.
Definitely. There's a good mix of guys all across the board here, so pretty interesting night to follow. We've got Fine Moves again on visuals as well. Welcome, Fine Moves.
Yeah, hey boys. Good to have Rexy back in the comm box again.
It's been a while.
Just like riding a bike, eh?
Yeah, we'll see.
90 minutes of riding bike.
That's it. We're kicking off for 90 minutes of the Nürburgring Nordschleife. It's a 24-hour layout this evening in Germany. The track's about 25.4 kilometres in length with 170 turns. So this is by far the longest track that we run. And we, of course, run full damage. So any issues early on in the track, we're going to have guys limping their cars all the way back to the pits. We have 11 laps, which equates to about 90 minutes on track. And this is our Super Enduro round. What are your picks, boys?
Oh, look, I don't think you can really go past Pure Axel. We all know what sort of speed he's got. We've seen it season after season, so he's definitely my pick tonight. Well, for the win, but I'm going to say Gimpman just because he's in a Beetle. It's nice to see him out there.
Yeedle that Beetle. Gimpman, with his qualifying, like I said, we've got boys from all across the... all skill levels here, but Gimpman put in a time of 8 minutes 8 seconds .5, which is
that's decent.
Which is half a second faster than me, and up there with the Super Dragons, Figos, Smurfin, and Oily, around that kind of vintage. So some of the qualifying times here are fantastic, and of course we've done qualifying already. Qualifying was done during the week, so what we're seeing here, the grid will be set manually and we'll just be rolling straight into 90 minutes of racing.
Yeah, look, it'll be interesting to see how Gimpman goes. I believe this is his first race for Wheel to Wheel tonight.
It is, in that mighty Beetle of his.
So it'll be interesting to see how he goes. What a tough race to cut your teeth on, being Nürburgring, 8 minute laps, or 8 and a bit minute laps. 11 laps, like you said. So, pit strategy is going to come into it. Whether you run a 2 or a 3 stop, or a 2 lap or a 3 lap stint. It's going to be a tough one for the boys tonight.
Yeah. And
also, we've got, so... I was having to think about strategy earlier today and cut a few laps. And you can get 3 laps out of a tank, but you are, doing quite a bit of fuel saving. So your lap time
really does suffer.
It really does suffer.
The issue, though, is if you can weigh that up against the length of time that it takes to actually have a pit and a full refuel, if you can balance that right and get the right balance of managing your speed around the course as well as fuel saving and actually get those third laps out, you might be able to work it in your favour, really.
Yeah, so it'd be interesting to see what the boys do. I was originally thinking 3 lap stints and then finish with a 2 lap stint at the end, but that may change after watching tonight's races.
Yeah, I guess we have the benefit next week of we're all racing, or Fine Moves is out for the season, but Rexy and I are racing next week. So we have the benefit of seeing these guys in Divisions 4, 5 and E-League. Sorry, I take it back. It is... Oh, I'm lost, sorry. Fine Moves, who's racing this week?
So it's Division 4 and E-League. And then next
Division
week
4 and E-League, alright.
Yep, next
so
week.
So we're lined up on
3.
the griddy. Pure Axel was pole position.
Of course.
Got Gimpman in the Beetle in second. So let's see who gets the start here.
Lights are out. We're off. We've got a very sideways.
Beetle bogs it. Gets a bit of wheel spin.
Let's see. Turn 1. This can make or break the whole race here.
Oh, luminous. Pure Axel holds that line though.
Bit of A bit of touching there for Untouchables.
Awesome.
Unfortunately, he's been pushed wide, but he's gathered it back up.
Now,
Out in front, of course, we've got Pure Axel as he comes around the right-hander. Luminous 1 second behind, and Just Kingston another half second behind that. Gimpman, I guess the loser out of that first few turns, but as soon as you get onto that twisty section of the track, when you get onto the actual Nordschleife section, we should see that Beetle. But as he takes the inside line, we'll see if he can hang on to it.
Yeah, he's got that. He's held the line there as who was it? Kingston.
Yeah, I haven't seen too many races
Just
with
ran a
Kingston
little wide.
this season, so good to see how he goes.
Yeah, he started out in Vicorsa.
How was his quali time?
And his quali for sorry, who was that? That was Kingston, wasn't
Kingston,
it?
yeah.
Let me just see. Kingston was down at an 8 minutes 16.6, which is definitely nothing to scoff at. That's quite a good time. But we'll see him. He's also in that Mazda, which we know is quite twitchy, but it's got a lot of pace.
Yeah, look, that Mazda.
Oh, we've got Luminous off. You got a replay on that?
Definitely. Oh my goodness.
What a place
alrighty.
to get off too.
Here we
Just
go,
before
boys.
he gets onto the Nordschleife.
So yeah, he's coming through that.
No damage though.
He's coming through that chicane. He's just gone a bit wide on the exit, hit the grass, and spun off.
Looped it.
Kind of behind those tyres. It's going to be a bit of
Very
hard work
unfortunate.
sometimes to get out of.
It is definitely.
he's good.
He's managed to
He's
get
good.
out of it without damage, which is very lucky. So he'll be licking his wounds a little bit, but fortunately he doesn't have to jump into the pits any earlier than planned. So he'll just crack on, and fingers crossed for him. Nice smooth race. He's got the crash out of his system, but as I see yellow flags, and it's Harley Herbert.
Oh no.
He's looped it just on the downhill section there.
Again, no damage though, so that's the main
Yeah,
thing.
very
You
lucky.
really don't want to get any damage in this first section of the track, otherwise it's going to be a long run round for that pit stop. But as we can see, we've already got Pure Axel out to a 4.5 second lead on the rest of the field. So
Well,
Pure
Luminous-
Axel's not wasting any time, he's on a charge.
Sorry boys, for sixth here we got Luminous trying to get past Harley.
Oh, it's past the section of the track too. It's hairy.
Yeah, oh, come on. Really just needs to bide his time here.
Oh man, where's he going to pick his spot? It's going to be almost
Yeah, it's a
impossible.
tough section of track.
Uphill here, but he's not going to have that overlap yet. It's one of the issues with this track itself, and there's a little bit of contact. The issue, it's such a narrow track, and being able to find room to overtake without impeding the other driver is almost impossible. You
Yeah,
really
it's
have to
so
be that
narrow.
fast in a lot of ways.
It's so bumpy, it's so fast. I mean, it really is a bloody hard track to pass on,
100%.
especially through this first section here.
So yeah, Pure Axel with nearly a 6 second lead.
Oh, and it's Harley's around again,
yeah,
and he's into the fence.
He's
There's
got damage,
engine
there's massive
there.
damage.
Oh,
That's really unfortunate.
Yeah, he's touched the grass under braking there, and he's gone.
He has gone.
Yeah, he's exited out of the race. He's out of the lobby. There could have been a disconnect. So that can often
that is true.
end up in
But
the field, but
I would
We'll give him the benefit
keep an
of
eye on the welcome Discord channel.
I think so. But fingers crossed he hasn't become too disenfranchised, and we'll be able to chat with him about it afterwards. But unlucky for Harley Herbert.
So as the field
Untouchable's
starts
doing well, closing in now on Kingston.
Yeah, he is. And you'd expect him to probably close the gap a bit more as this lap wears on. We know how strong the Porsche is through that third sector.
Yeah, I
Gitman's got a nice gap on him, Just Kingston. So he's looking quite comfortable in that Beetle.
These two boys up in front, it's likely to be a case of just tuck your ears back and find your rhythm and crack on. Because if they can, Pure Axel, as expected, is likely to just keep opening that gap. But he's he's got to race to a Div 1 pace. He's got to be lapping, within the sort of low 810s to remain competitive for that Div 1 leaderboard. While he's not racing on track, he's racing for capital time. So
just Kingston there, just moved over and let Untouchables through under brakes. So just Kingston not wanting to get stuck in a race at the moment, just happy to let Untouchables go and just try to stay with him here.
Yeah, hope he can stick with him.
Well, the RX-7, it's got plenty of straight line speed, so if he can stay with Untouchables here, he might reel him in down this long back straight. But this is the section of the track that, the Porsche just loves it through here.
And Baseman, how's he doing back there in 5th? Still got a decent gap back to Luminous. He's had that lap 1 incident.
There's a big gap between 5th and 4th, good 7 seconds. Oh, Untouchables just taking a bit of grass there.
Yeah, all things considered, the guys are racing pretty well, pretty conservatively, but they're just getting it done.
I think that's the key to this track. You want to drive within yourself over the course of 11 laps. If you get into trouble and get some damage on this track, it's really going to hurt you, and your race is pretty much done and dusted. So you've just got to try and pick your spots, know where you're strong, and you can push through those sections. But I've always found that this last windy section is an area that you're most likely to come unstuck.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
Through there you need to just hold it back just a fraction.
Yeah, for me it's that forested section just ahead of this final section there that often gets me. But everyone has their own little section of track that challenges them. But the Corvette, it's not this straight.
No, God no. And the Supra likes this straight too. It's got plenty of straight line speed.
Yeah.
The Supra, as we can see, Pure Axle now almost got a 10-second lead over the rest of the field. So
yeah, topping out about 272, 273 there. There's a lot of pace in that Supra.
So he's on a 2-stop strategy at this stage. He's used quite a bit of fuel in this first lap.
We
Same with the Beetle.
may have need a continuation time edit for this race, like maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah, with Pure Axle out there, it does make it hard for the guys down further. But with an 8:11 for Pure Axle on his first lap, which is impressive. So we should see Gimpman's into the pits. 50%
Get rid of his mediums. Nice.
And Baseman is all over the back of Luminous at the moment.
Actually, that makes sense. He's done well. So he's 10 seconds behind Pure Axle on mediums, who I'm assuming is out there on softs.
Yeah, he is. That's right. Pure Axle's on soft. So
that's a good effort from.
That is actually. That's
from the
pretty solid. He's obviously wanted to take care of those mediums and just shed them early. It didn't look like he was fuel saving much, so we'll see whether or not Gimpman can come out with a bit more fuel saving now that he's on the softs and really try to
he's going to run into some traffic.
Look, that was one of the issues with the Beetle. It was not very good on its fuel, so Gimpman probably only going to be able to do two stop stints here, but he should be able to go flat stick for both.
That's right. It's fantastic on tyres, but it is thirsty.
Yeah, the guys will be learning from this, like, coming out in traffic after that one lap pit stop. He's caught himself behind Luminous and Baseman.
Yeah, look, if I was Gimpman, I wouldn't be too concerned at the moment. Just sit behind these guys. Although, if you're going to try to make a pass, you want to do it before you get on the Nordschleife. So, through this first section of track is probably where he wants to get the move done. But I think he's going to be too far back to do anything, and he'll probably get onto the back of Baseman just before he gets onto the Nordschleife. So Untouchable's up in the second spot now. So he's opened up a 3.5 second lead over Just Kingston.
So yeah.
Pure Axle 15 seconds in front.
Yeah, look, the only way Pure Axle's going to lose is if he bins it.
If he bins it, that's right.
Yeah,
they'll-
and even if he does that, he can still probably push past.
They'll probably want to get rid of their mediums and finish on a... Actually, yeah, you want to finish on a 2-lap stint, don't you? So you get the fastest lap time.
Yeah, that's
final
right.
lap.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Get
it.
that
I mean,
bonus.
it's worth a couple of points, so definitely worth it.
Hey, question, like with the Formula One, when a team gets fastest lap time, that's...
They get 1 extra point.
Yeah, it's for the whole team, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, well, it goes to the driver, doesn't it? Or it probably goes to the
Yeah, I'm not
driver
sure.
and the team.
I couldn't tell you. I'm sure Apex can jump in the comments and let us know.
Because
Or
they,
Dragon, both of them are across that.
they have 2 separate leaderboards. They have one for each team and then one for the individual drivers.
Yeah, you have a construction
Constructors,
championship, and then you got the drivers' championship. So similar to what we're doing, except they don't have different divisions. But I know that the extra point goes to the driver.
God, it's an interesting mix of cars, and to see the way that the different drivers take each corner and each section. Unfortunately, I'm not intimately familiar with all the different sections and corner names of this track, so I got to apologise to Super Dragon, who does know them all.
Here comes the gimp.
Yeah, look, I know
Yeah,
2
he's
corners here.
getting
You've
up
got
the carousel,
you've got Corbyn's corner,
which we're approaching now.
which which Just
many
Kingston's
times?
coming up to. Hey, what is
How many
it? There was
times did he
3 in a
fall
row.
over? 3 in a row. Was
3 in
it?
a row,
Yeah.
I think it was.
Oh, poor Corbyn. Yeah, just unfortunate catching the grass and he went off, so just every time. But, his Gimp Man catches grass too, but he holds on to it. He'll be itching to get past Luminous, but while he's back here and there's not much of a passing opportunity, he'll be latching onto that slipstream.
Yeah, it's like where do you make your move now? Do you wait and try to get him under brakes after this next section here?
I think it would be,
So not
yeah,
this corner, but the
next double left-hander,
this,
yeah.
Oh, he's
Or
gone
if we
wide.
see Luminous gone
Can
wide,
he
but
get through? No.
no.
Yeah,
So he may be able to make a
unfortunately, front
move
down
under
here.
brakes here. No.
And the
So-
Beetle doesn't have the power to get past that FT1, I wouldn't say, going up the hill, which is likely to be his next opportunity.
Oh, he's
unless,
got a good run on him though. He's got a
he
great
does.
run on him.
Well done, and he makes it stick.
Yeah, he got a brilliant
Stuff
run out of
him,
that
man.
corner.
You got to worry with a name like Gimp Man coming into a server like ours with grown children. It's
Wait, who's
what's
that?
happened?
Oh, yes,
it's
Luminous.
He's off.
And he's got no
Oh,
damage though,
that's
so no, he's
very
managed to
lucky.
avoid getting any damage.
But looks like
So-
Baseman's likely gonna.
Oh, wait, he's
He's
got... sorry, bring up the name. He's got Baseman
Yeah, that's right. Baseman behind.
taking advantage. Oh, no!
Oh, and Baseman's off.
Tank
And
slapper.
again, he's managed
No
to
damage.
not get any damage. So the Anzac boys,
They're getting lucky in their
getting very
misfortune.
lucky, getting very lucky indeed. So Pure Axel, we'll do a check on him. He's 20 seconds in front of the rest of the field at the moment. He's looking fairly comfortable. Then we've got
Purple seconds
Untouchable.
everywhere.
Yeah, then we got Untouchable sitting behind him with Just Kingston almost 5 seconds behind Untouchable. So, and then Gimpman chasing hard. So you would think Untouchables is going to pit this lap. So will Just Kingston. Although if Just Kingston, he's maybe saving his fuel. He probably has enough for one more.
I think we've got to make sure we get on, keep track of where Pure Axel's going to go for his hot lap. Most likely the last
Yeah.
lap, but...
It'd
jump
have
on
to be
board
the
with him for
last
that.
lap because he's going to pit this lap. He doesn't
Yeah,
have
he'll
enough
have
fuel
to.
to do a 3-lapper.
It's important to note, though, he is on track for about an 8 minute, 8 second, pace. So that's faster than, you know, my qualifying pace. So it's a little embarrassing. But as Puraxel gets a little sideways out of the second carousel, but we'll see him jump into the pits and see what tyre choice he goes for next.
Look, qualifying around here is such a hard task. You know, it's very, very easy to lose time around here. So, you know, an 8:08, I think anything under 8:10 is you got to be happy with.
Definitely,
Yeah,
especially
sure.
when your first lap, it's got to be a banker. You know, you're not pushing too hard. You really just want to put in something decent, but it's not going to be your fastest. And then anything after that's a bonus, really.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's on track, but he's going to be pitting here.
Definitely, yeah.
So, let's see if he goes on to a set of mediums and does a 3-lap stint.
Gimpman now 11 seconds ahead of Luminous and 16 seconds to close Just Kingston. So we'll watch that gap. That's 16 seconds ahead.
Yeah, doing 3 laps is going to be a bit of a task, isn't it?
You can do it. Like, I was doing a bit of practice today, and like, yes, you got to do a fair bit of fuel saving, but you don't have to play with your dials. You can just, and I was probably lapping it around at 8:20.
Yeah,
okay.
that sounds about similar pace to myself.
That's just enough to hold everyone up. So it's a good strategy.
right.
Get out front,
Exactly right. Get out in front. Narrow track. Perfect.
save fuel for the first 3 laps, force everyone else to pit early.
Puraxel, he's pitted, he's on the mediums, and he's managed to get out just ahead of just Kingston on with a 2-second gap. With
So Just Kingston's got damage too, so he must have hit the fence
Oh no.
towards the end of that lap. So he's sticking with his, he's staying out doing his third lap, but he's got damage, so it's going to hurt him a bit. But seems he's fuel saving. It mightn't hurt his lap time too much.
Did Gimpman pitted after the first lap, so that's alright.
Yeah.
I was going to say, he's got half a tank of fuel, and I don't know how. That makes sense.
Yeah, he went from mediums to softs after his first lap.
So
So
yeah,
Untouchables has now gone from 2nd to 4th after pitting. So Baseman in, Luminous in. Both staying on the soft tyre by the look of it.
Yeah, both teammates. So just looking at Scooter's comment there in the chat, he's like, "Come on, guys. Rule number 1: don't run into your teammates."
Luminous taking it nice and easy through that first chicane. And Baseman out of the pits, 7.1 second gap now. He's just closing a little. And what's that? 43 seconds back behind Untouchables. So again, we'll keep an eye on that gap and see what happens.
So Gimpman's last lap was at 8:14 was a pit stop, so that's not too bad. So as he goes purple through the whatever sector that is.
The first sector of the Nordschleife.
Yeah. That'll
he
do.
tank slap
He's
off,
just
hold
hung
on
on
to
to
it.
that.
Oh, well held.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
It's
On the
it's
show.
interesting that this car is so thirsty. I think it's got the smallest motor out of all of the Group 3 cars, with a 2-litre turbo. And yet it seems to be one of the most thirsty. It's up there with the Corvette.
yeah, I don't know why that is. They had to make it not good at something, but you know,
That's
it's
right.
got plenty of grip.
It's a high downforce car, that big spoiler, and it's got a big... Oh, he's on the grass!
Oh, he just hung on to that.
He's making me nervous.
He's playing with fire there.
No, it's a high downforce car, so it's got a lot of grip, but unfortunately that does also make it suffer on speed, and the fuel consumption's not great.
Look, I love the sound of the Beetle too.
Oh, it's so obnoxious. It's got a side exit exhaust out the door. It's just beautiful. It is my favourite car in this game,
Yeah,
which I'm only a little bit ashamed of.
that's alright, there's nothing to be ashamed of.
It's good fun. Kingston with a 10-second gap from Pure Axle. Now, I thought that was about 20 seconds recently, so Pure Axle might have...
He pitted though, just Kingston didn't.
Oh, that's right, it was too. So Axel has actually opened that gap. Sorry, thanks for
Yeah,
that.
so it was. I think it was like 3 seconds, and it's back out to 11. So
I thought Pure Axel might have come to grief, and we missed
yeah.
it.
So, but you know,
still
the gap
set
has closed the fraction because Gimpman has now just gone 20 seconds, and we see just
And
Kingston's off into the
gone.
wall.
And round goes Gimpman past him.
Just missed out on
So
the street.
he hasn't. Oh, and he spun again. So now he's got front damage as well. So
He's having issues with that damage, I think.
yeah, he didn't get any damage from the last hit that I could see. But yeah, when he just did that last crash, now he's got front and rear damage.
I'm going to go to
Could well have
replay
been
on
the
that
cause of the
overtake.
spin. Yeah, definitely.
So we'll just jump on with Gimpman now.
I think he'd already crashed by the time Gimpman went past.
Yeah, no, he's behind Kingston at the moment. Here, oh, that was a pretty easy overtake actually. He was,
So Gimpman just letting Untouchables through now. He's not going to fight
Kingston,
him.
yeah, Kingston letting him through. That's right.
Bad luck.
It's not worth it at this point. He's got suspension damage on his right side, as well as front and rear aero damage. The car's not going to be turning in. It's not going to be gripping properly. He's just got to limp it home.
I'll tell you what though, you got Gimpman and Untouchables going at a pretty good rate. I think there's going to be a nice finish between these two if they keep going at this pace.
Yeah, very true.
Both on slightly different strategies. So you would think that Untouchables will take the position back from Gimpman when he pits.
Yeah, it'll be tit for tat for probably till the end of the race,
Yeah,
and
I
then
think
we'll
so.
see whether Untouchables runs a 3-lap or pits and then does a 1-lap flyer at the end.
Yeah, at this stage, Untouchables, Pure Axle, is on a 2-lap strategy again.
Yeah, that's right.
Untouchables, he's just pitted, so let's see where he shifts here. Yeah, he's not holding back. He's on another 2-stop. He's revving that car right out.
might be good to bring up the leaderboards at some point. Team leaderboards, let's bring that up for a sec.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we've got 13R up at the top spot. We don't have any of the 13R Lexuses around in this lobby, but we've got the leftovers there in second, V Corsa in third. Most represented here would be Anzac Autosport, I think, in this lobby.
Yeah.
yeah, and T-Rex, you guys, good round. If you guys get a good round, that could put you up on the podium. Very close from second down to fourth.
Yeah,
Pretty
the
keen
guys had a good
Pretty keen
showing
for
last
Rexy
week.
not to have a
so-
good season, though. Not to have a good final round.
Mate, I personally haven't had a very good season at all. My season's been absolutely horrific. I think I've qualified well just about every race, and then
Yeah,
managed
you've had
to
a bit
bin
of
it.
bad luck.
Yeah,
Yeah, I quietly rejoiced at Yamagiwa seeing you in the rear vision mirror after I bounced on that curb and I saw you hit the fence, and I was like, I feel bad for feeling good about this, but now I don't have to worry about who's on my tail. It was unlucky though. I think you needed a good break. As it's,
Yeah.
I know when you get in a rut and you start struggling and you just want to go fast, but it's hard.
yeah. Look, as I was saying to the guys earlier in the week, it's time in the game that makes you quick, and you know the reason why we were so successful last season was that the whole team put in tons of time.
And you all seem to train together a lot as well, which was, part of that team building thing that I know Dale's not upset, but he misses. It's a big part of the team that you guys built, and it was a group of guys of varying skill levels that you guys really built into a solid team. So I understand it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Look, we tried to do the same with T-Rex this year, but I just haven't been able to commit as much as I'd like, which has made it a bit harder. But, you know, the team itself, you know, Figs, Oily, the rest of the boys, they've all done great jobs this season. And, yeah, hopefully we can have a good showing this week and take out third spot. We're missing Fire Moves, though. He hasn't raced for the last 3. He's somewhere lost in the desert somewhere.
I'll be gone
I'm
for
honestly...
a while. Yeah, ever since Willow Springs, I just flew off into the distance.
Yeah, but you know you gotta
over the sunrise.
You gotta recover as well. You gotta give yourself time to recover. I mean, when you got an injury.
Yeah, I'll be up for. I'm still thinking at least 12 months. Just gotta.
Yeah. We want you around for a long time, not just a good time.
That's it.
That's right. You'll start in D-League. You have to work your way through it.
Good. Yeah, we'll just revert back to our old lobby system. Seal clubbing. Bring back the seal clubbing.
Perks of being the boss, right? You'll think you're fast, and then you'll find that you're getting beaten by everybody because you haven't been on a wheel. It'll be like learning all over again.
Well, you've been gone so long. You haven't been around since, I guess, the rise of the Apex and the Atoms, of, you know, how they've progressed this season. I mean, you clubbed all the Seals in Div 1 last season, but you know, when you look at the times around each track and the way that guys have been qualifying in different tracks this season, the skill of the league as a whole has been improving pretty consistently, which is really a good thing to see.
Yeah, you know, there's a lot of guys have come on super strong this season. You know, you got the likes of Captain. He's had an outstanding season, Captain Lowside. Troy, he's going great guns, leading Div 2. Jonesy.
Sorry, I was talking about Lowside. No, Troy has come a huge distance this season, which has been great.
Jonesy has also come a long way. I think, you know, having those Group 2s as well has
oh no, Baseman's
changed things as well. You know, Captain's been fantastic in those Group 2s, and so has Jonesy. I mean, even people like Smurf. You know, Smurf's getting faster and faster, although he's putting in stacks of time. He seems to be on here just about every minute of the day, but
yeah, that's
he's also come a long way.
Practice, you know, practice and time on track. That's what does it. Baseman off into the grass there. Was that just a bit of an outbreaking and over rotation?
Yeah, just a bit wide through one of those left-handers, and Pure Axel getting a bit of curb there. Yeah, Baseman just a bit wide on one of those turns and ended up in the sand.
Yeah, unlucky. Fortunately, no damage though, so dirty tyres, but he'll crack on. Pure Axel having opened up now, almost a 40-second lead over Untouchables. He's just... all his lines are so consistent. Pure Axel, just, we know he's a quick driver, but he is also a very consistent driver. And usually a pretty good strategist as well, and I think that's why we've seen him in the podium consistently for the past, 7 seasons.
Yeah, he's always been up there. You know, he's got plenty of talent, and it's no surprise to see him just blitzing the field in this race. But yeah, he's very consistent. Hits his mark every time. So I'd be very surprised if I see him go off at all, as we see him go purple yet again.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, that 801 he did in quali was superb.
That's right. Now the question is, the real question is,
fastest lap.
Did he pinch your fastest lap?
He did, man. He pinched it.
By 1/10.
Pinched it by 10th.
Well done, Pure Axel.
Yeah.
That was... I know you were saying you were scared about it, but in your defence, I think you were in the BMW at the time?
Oh, me? Yeah. No, I was on the M3.
Yeah, it was the B.
Yeah, so the weaker of the two BMWs of all things.
But, you know, this track isn't about being in the fastest car.
Yeah, that's right.
It seems like they all even out a bit, right, on this track?
It's got a bit for everybody.
That's right. I mean, absolutely. When you can have a Beetle which is down about 15 kilometres an hour on that main straight, beating the Corvette, which is probably the strongest in a straight line out of the field. It just goes to show how much of this track is won and lost in the corners too. So it's got something for everyone here.
Yeah, except for the Mustang. That thing's just a piece of shit everywhere.
Fine move. Care to comment?
Agreed. 100% agree.
Like I did a 809 in the Mustang in season 5.
Oh, that's
and did an 805 in the Skyline.
Yeah, right.
So
that's still pretty good though. 809 in the Mustang.
yeah, but just to show that it's 4 seconds off the
Yeah.
pace from my own time.
Yep.
And yeah, it was the Mustang, as you know, it just killed its tyres. It was thirsty. It was just a
It was a big brick.
I'll never choose it for a season again.
Nah, same. Hate it. I think on my return I'll come back with a old-time favourite, the
Beetle.
Mitsubishi.
Beetle.
Man, loved
Oh,
it.
really?
Love it. That'll be
Yeah,
my
right.
choice on my return.
Yeah, look, I wouldn't mind
Interesting.
seeing myself in a Porsche at some stage. I haven't driven one during a season, and they're a fun car. The only thing is, I can't drive it around Bathurst, so we can't have Bathurst in season 8.
No, we've got to have Bathurst. Bathurst is my strongest track, man. We've got to have
I
it.
can't get the bloody thing down the mountain.
That rear engine wants to go first. It's got to be the first thing down the hill.
It does. It'd help if I just turned it around at the top of the mountain, just reversed down
Just
it.
reverse down.
So looks like Luminous and Kingston are the closest two drivers on track at the moment. Is that right?
Yeah, so Kingston is 6.5 seconds in front of Luminous. And then, yeah, it's a 37-second lead from, well, Gimpman's got over just Kingston and Untouchables. So Untouchables will pit this lap, and then that'll bring Gimpman and him back together again for a lap.
Yeah, that's right.
Actually, you know what we could do next week for the Premier League boys is we'll save this race replay and put we could have Pure Axle's laps synced up with the Div 1 boys just as a reference.
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
And see
See how
at
they-
what point he was. Yeah, that's a good point. We'll be able to have that real
'cause they're all
time.
racing. Yeah, they're all racing for overall finish times for points.
That's right. If we look at the leaderboard, the individual leaderboard for Premier League, Pure Axel down in 5th there. Now, he's had his 4 dropped rounds, and unfortunately he's going to suffer with his round 11. He got 161 points in round 11, so unfortunately that is going to count. But if he can be, sort of 550 or higher, we'll see him probably in the top 4, I'd say.
Yeah.
So has Adam wrapped it up, or can he still lose this week?
I think he's got it, man.
It looks like it, just looking at his points. Adam's on 4,116. And then we've got Apex Humper on 3,893, so...
Yeah, looking at Adam's points, he's realistically only dropped 1 round, and he missed 1 round, so those 2 we know won't be counted, and everything else, his next lowest is a 534, so... I think he's up there. Unsurprisingly, he has had a superb season, so...
He has, although, he's been super strong ever since he joined Wheel to Wheel. And so is Apex. They've been battling it out all season.
They've seal clubbed me.
Oh, me too. So Untouchables into the pit. So if we jump on board with Gimpman, so he comes past the pits right now. Untouchables is going to mediums, still in the pits. Gimpman's just taken the lead. Untouchables still in the pits. So his lead coming out now as Gimpman takes that first corner. So a 8 second lead.
Gap.
Interesting.
So
I think
Gimpman
that is
just
a bit
got
faster.
it over him at the moment.
Yeah, I think that is a little bit faster. So he's on effective time. I think he is actually opening that gap very slightly.
Yeah, and you'll see him probably drop back here because he's on mediums, unless Untouchables is going to do a 3-lap stint.
Yeah, it is
But
possible.
looking at it, he's revving the tits off it, so I'm going to say he's not. He's just doing his medium stint.
Good to see the consistency of these guys too. They've kind of seemed to have found their rhythm now, and I mean, apart from the odd issue in the last lap, you know, I think they've kind of found their little niche.
Oh, pure axle. It was a bit of a slide there, but nothing to be concerned about. Yeah, I mean, this track, you know, it's all about consistency, but as we, you know, start lap 5, a bit of, you know, loss of concentration can come into it, and, you know, you can be driving a section of your track and you just, hang on, where am I?
100%.
So, you know, you really do need to stay focused on this track because it is so easy to lose your way. You know, certain sections of the track just look the same.
Yeah, going back to season 5, Pirax and myself, we both had a couple of offs during
Didn't you have one at the
enduro.
end?
Not at the end, no, but I did have one off with the wall. Wasn't too bad. Probably lost about 5 seconds overall.
Of course, season 5 there was no damage. Who was that?
Pure Axel's got just put a wheel off into the grass. Got a little bit shaky as he came out of the turn.
Yeah, my tip at the end of that. My tip at the end of that enduro was like, do not have a drink that afternoon. You'll be regretting it 90 minutes into the race, man. Oh, damn. The last 20 minutes of the race were just killing me.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's so hard to concentrate for this length of time.
See,
at the speed that you're going.
Opposite. It's like, I need a drink, but I'll need a few. So I'll set the esky up next to me, and that way I know I'm good to go.
Yeah, my problem is I've got the attention span of a goldfish, so, you know, after I get half a lap done, I'm like, okay, I really need to start focusing.
Set it on auto drive for the next 10 laps.
So Gitman, he's been knocking out a couple of purple sectors. He comes sliding through that corner there.
Yeah, he's doing well compared to quali the other night. His first couple of laps were all had to exit back to the pits for damage. He's got that out of his system though.
Yeah, you know, quali, you're pushing so hard in quali. You can't help but just try to overdrive that car a fraction. And, you know, it's so bumpy and so narrow around here, it's just easy to get it wrong. So, you know, we're seeing him, he's pulled it back just a fraction, and I think that's what keeps you on track. So, Untouchables is managing to maintain the gap between Gimpman and himself, so it's still around that 8-second mark. And Kingston, so he's got more rear damage. He's had a moment somewhere. He's got a 42-second gap between himself and Untouchables, and then he's got a 34-second gap over, or a 40-second gap over Luminous.
Sorry, did you mention Kingston's rear damage?
Yep.
Yeah, it's unfortunate I didn't see what happened, but that's gonna be an issue. And I mean, I think that the damage was possibly what caused him to spin or helped him spin last time. But again, he'll just have to limp it around and get it repaired.
As we see him slide into the corner there. He's done well. He hasn't got any damage out of that. I mean, what a horrible car to be doing 11 laps of Nürburgring.
Yeah, it's a handful, but I mean, so is the GTR.
GTR's not as bad as what everybody makes out. I mean, I could be saying that because I've been driving
I think you've been driving it for long enough to understand it now.
It is twitchy, and around here, the GTR, I'm not going to lie, it's a handful. It's very stiff, and I find that there's a lot of bumps in the apex of corners that other cars can hold it flat, where the skyline, if you hold it flat through some of these corners, you actually get the front of the car bouncing up, and it sort of flips you over to the other side of the road. So you got to be cautious, but as long as you know where those bumps are, you know, and where to lift, it's not bad.
It's actually funny you say that. I guess talking about the incident at Yamaguwa a couple of weeks ago as well, you and I took a similar line through a corner and the Corvette kind of absorbed it, and I've been doing that all week in practice, so I kind of knew how it would react. But you did the same thing in the GTR and it did kind of chew you up and spit you out, so it really is testament to the rigidity of that car.
Yeah, look, it's super stiff, especially when you compare it to like the likes of your Corvette or the Lexus. The Lexus around here is fabulous because it just absorbs all those bumps. So I'd expect, you know, 13R to have a good showing around here, as well as the Corvettes, because we know how good they are at managing their fuel.
Yeah. I mean, that's it. The Corvettes are thirsty, but you can save a lot of fuel and sort of reasonably manage that fuel load. But you were talking about the Corvettes. Sorry, the Corvettes, the Lexuses. We've got in the, you know, quite competitive that we would expect for this track. We've got Captain Lowside and Jonesy's had a fantastic score there as well on his qualification, and someone else on Lowside's team as well that's been doing a fantastic job. Who was it that I saw? Not Jonesy. They were running a 2:04 in practice, and it was incredible to watch.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I'm just scrolling through to try to remember who it was.
Is it Midrisky? Is he in a Lexus?
I didn't see Midrisky killing it in practice. So who was it? Someone in the comments, drop it and let me know. Who am I talking about?
So it was 8:04, you're saying?
Yeah, that was in practice. It was really good to see.
Yeah, the Lexus, they've been fairly strong. We knew they would be though. It's a good all rounder, the Lexus. It's a bit like the BMW, which I was really surprised that nobody pulled out the BMW. Oh, as we see Gipman, he's got it a little bit sideways, almost put it into the wall. He's just going into the pits there. Very lucky to
well pulled off.
Yeah, so Gipman into the pits. Yeah,
give us a look.
Here we go. Here's the Gimp man coming through the last couple of corners. He's got that right hander, the left. Oh, yeah, I'd say that's just a bit of tyre wear and a bit too much gas on that last turn.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a bump through that last section as you're coming onto that straight. So he's obviously, that with worn tyres has caught him out. But, you know, that's just going to help Untouchables a little bit.
So I think they've all done their mediums now, right? Furaxle's Petty.
I believe so, yes. Untouchables is on mediums at the moment. So if Untouchables fuel saves a fraction, he might be able to get 3 laps. We know that the Porsche is great with fuel.
One of the big drawbacks of the Porsche, though, is on that main straight, you're in 5th gear, and there's nothing you can do. It's on the limiter in 5th, and no matter how much fuel saving you do, it's going to suck a lot of fuel down that straight. Ooh,
yeah, he's picked up a penalty.
Right, he's taking care of it immediately. There's no one around him, so there's, he's taking care of that straight away, which is good.
That's the first penalty of the race that we've seen.
It's actually, it's not an easy track to get a penalty on unless you're blatantly cutting corners, but it looked like just a little bit wider the track limit there.
Yeah, just pushing that little bit hard, I think. So Gimpman out of the pits. He's now chasing down Untouchables. Untouchables has a 26-second lead, so still not enough to fend off Gimpman for when he comes into the pits. Gimpman will probably have a 7-second lead over Untouchables at this stage. But again, Untouchables is on mediums, Gitman's on fresh soft, so I'd expect that time to probably blow out a fraction more.
Yeah, the Gitman was, sort of keeping his time even with Untouchables behind him on his worn softs as Untouchables came out on mediums. But now's his time to really try and gain that advantage.
So just Kingston, he's still staying out. He's got that rear damage still. But he's holding 4th place. Luminous in 5th. He's got almost a 50-second lead over Baseman. Baseman's in the pits.
Yeah, just exiting now.
And Pure Axel. So Pure Axel's pitted. He's got a 32-second lead over Untouchables. Not bad considering he just pitted.
Yeah, he did a 1-lap stint on his mediums, and now he's back out on his softs and looking to run another 2-lap stint here. Still, of course, getting purple sectors.
So he's just driving such a consistent race at the moment.
Yeah, just lap to lap, same braking points, same turning points, and it doesn't look like he's pushing anything particularly hard. He's just got his head down and he's cracking on.
Yeah, I mean he's not overdriving the car. He's looking quite comfortable. He's not pushing it at 100%. He's doing a bit of a short shift through the gears. So he's having a Sunday drive at the moment. It looks like.
That's it, and I think that's kind of the key to a race of this length. I mean, we've just gone about half race distance. This is not a sprint. You can't drive at 10 tenths for 90 minutes of racing. So whether you do it in small bursts, exactly, you make a mistake. So whether you do it in small bursts or whether you just dial it back just a little bit for the whole race, which it looks like Pure Axel's doing, he knows he doesn't have any cars around him to worry about. He's just got to get his strategy right, get his corners and his his braking points right, and he knows he's going to put in a competitive time. So that's the main thing. Yeah. Just maintaining your own rhythm.
And the Super actually looks quite nice to drive around here too. I'm just on board with him at the moment. It doesn't seem like it's affected by the bumps too much.
If you look at the in-car cam as well, his inputs into the steering wheel, very smooth, there's nothing jerky, there's no overcorrecting, it's all about smoothness really.
Yeah, and just hitting these apexes as you can see him doing at the moment.
Like they say, slow is smooth and smooth is fast.
Yeah. This corner that he's coming up to now, not this one, but this next one, always catches me out. I always think I can go through it faster than what I can. I tend to run wide and slap the fence.
Fine Moves has a story about that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, back when we did have full damage, I think it was season 2. Yeah, that's where I came off Rexy, and it was a slow lap.
The Black Knight.
I think out of all the laps I did over the course of the week, which weren't a huge amount before quali this week, I came off there just about every lap. And in fact, I only put in 2 laps without slapping it into the fence. One was on a Thursday night, the other one was the 8:05 I did in qualifying.
Oh, wow.
Every other lap, I ran off the track.
Yeah, how about Shans too? He pulled out his best time in quali. Like, it was
good to see.
Yeah, during the week
he was
doing 8:06s, I think.
He was happy with his 8:05. He said that he probably could have gone a second or so faster.
I think
you've got to be happy with an 8:05.
A lot of people, but exactly right. I mean, I could have gotten the 8:07s, but that's it. You always leave a little bit on the track when you've got 120 turns. It's hard to get every single one perfect.
Yeah, I was the same. I probably could have gone a second or so faster, but just didn't nail every turn perfectly.
Yeah, it's, there might be a few trying to crack that sub-8 barrier.
Yeah, well, if you're not
now
qualifying,
tell them, I
there's
hope
no
they
point
can.
doing it during the race. So maybe we included it again in season 8 and see if anyone can beat that 8-minute mark.
Yeah, I'd say it's doable. I mean, my best is a 8.06. So
Yeah, look,
that in
it's
race
definitely doable.
that was
Is that
quality,
race trim or
that
quali-
was
Yeah,
sorry,
right.
time trial. Time
Yeah,
trial
okay, yep.
with all the
I mean, that's recketry at that speed. Anything, as
Just get
Rexy
in the
said,
zone,
I mean,
man. When you're in that
Yeah.
zone and you're just like nailing every apex, you just sussed out the car. Yeah, it can happen.
must be nice.
I think
wouldn't know.
it'll.
All right, Untouchables in the pits.
Yeah, so you go back onto softs.
Yeah,
Gimp
that's
Man
right.
coming onto the start-finish straight now.
I think it was about a 8.5 second gap last time we had Gimp Man in front. So let's see where Untouchables comes out.
I think it'll be about the 10-11 seconds now.
Yeah, just exiting now.
Oh no, about the same, about 9 seconds again.
Yeah, wow, there you go.
There you go, 7.5.
Speed
So
up
he's
a
actually
little, yeah.
clawed some time. So that little moment that Gimp Man had last lap has obviously cost him a couple of seconds. Untouchables has done a great job considering he was on mediums.
100%. Yeah, it's good to see that this gap is close. Now, I'm just trying to think whether that gap is likely to close again. Does Gimp Man need to do an additional pit stop, or are they both on the lead strategy at the moment?
No, so they'll both pit on lap 9, you would think. I know,
Yeah.
Gimp Man will pit
Oh, yeah,
He'd be at the
this
end
lap.
of this lap. He'd be
So
pitting.
he's going to have to do an additional pit.
Okay. 8. Unless he can squeeze a 3 lap out on his final stint, which, if he does, will close that gap dramatically between he and Untouchables.
Yeah, and Untouchables is in the same boat. He's either going to do a 3 stop or he's going to have to do a 2 and a 1. Because you can't just do 2s.
Yeah,
So
well,
you're either
that's
going
an
to throw in
interesting
that
point.
1 or a 3.
No, he is. Untouchables is doing a 1 this stint because he's only half filled.
Oh yeah, see that's
So he's-
why.
Yeah,
That's
so
why
we'll
he
see
wasn't-
that gap come, or that gap between he and Gimp Man come down, I would say, because that car's going to be light as a feather.
Well, they're going to be on the same strategy then, because
Yeah.
Gimp Man will be pitting this lap. So, and then it's going to be a race to the flag between these two.
Interesting that
Which should be
Untouchables
interesting
ran
because
2 laps on mediums and he's doing his single stint on softs.
yeah. Let's see how it plays out.
Absolutely. No, it will be. I would say it will be quite close between these two.
I would have been more inclined to do 3 laps on mediums if I was in that Porsche, just because you could get away with pushing a little bit harder in the fuel.
Yeah. See, in the Corvette, it's a lot quicker to do a single lap on your mediums and then just crack back onto the softs. So, or if I was going to do a 3-lap stint, it would also be on the softs. But each car treats its tyres differently and gets speed in different areas based on how you treat your tyres. So horses for courses, really.
Hey, so what do you guys think about the new draft system we're going to be having for Season 8? Which Dale Teeks is his idea, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
Yeah, should
Oh,
be cool.
guys, Gimp Man's off.
Oh, no.
Oh yes, he's just been overtaken
Untouchables is
there,
passed.
and he's got massive amounts of damage. gearbox,
does.
front end.
No.
Are we able to get a replay on that?
Yeah, definitely.
I hope we haven't missed it. Fingers crossed.
We
Oh,
got
what an
it.
unfortunate spot.
Here we go. On board with the
He's
Gimp
got
man.
massive damage. That's his race done.
Oh, I don't know what happened there. It just bang into the wall.
Is that just one of those,
Concentration
forget where you
laps,
are
maybe?
on the track? Yeah,
Possibly,
exactly.
yeah.
You
All it
forget
would've
where you are
been.
on the track and you just don't brake hard enough or early enough, or unlucky for the Gimp.
So now,
He's going to
just
take his bat
Kingston
and his
it
ball and his leather
is-
suit and head on home.
He needs to put that ball back in his mouth and just focus.
See, I don't know if you guys saw in the chat, but he used to be in a band, cover band, I think.
Was it?
Limp Bizkit?
Gimp Crusket.
Gimp, okay.
Oh, really?
Shout out to Gimp Crusket.
Nice.
Just keep rolling, man. Keep rolling. Oh, unlucky Gimp, man. Unlucky.
Ah, damn. Go for it. Yeah.
Oh, the draft system anyway. Rexy, thoughts on the draft? What do you reckon?
Yeah, look, I think it's a good idea. I know that it was floated for this season. So yeah, I think that it'd be interesting, and yeah, I'm keen to see how it plays out.
Yeah, and it's not a full draft either. So the idea that Dale was trying to bring into ongoing seasons was to retain some team rivalry, so that the teams don't fully get disabandoned, and teams will kind of retain their core members. That they'll have to make a few trades to stay within budget. But so for season 8, team size looks like it's going to get a bit smaller, from 8 down to 6, and they'll have to make a couple of trades just to stay within budget, but most teams should be able to keep at least 4 or 5 of their drivers, I'd say.
Well, that's it. The benefit of those lucky top 3 teams is they'll be able to retain a lot more of the drivers, but the whole benefit of this system is to try and even it out amongst the teams, but as you said, retain that team rivalry, which for Rexy I know was sort of really formed in Team Vintage last season, and try to allow people to hang on to that, really.
Yeah, you try to stay in your team if you can. It's not always the case, but you get a good group of guys together, you want to keep it. You spend your time during the week practicing with these guys, you build a good friendship with them, and then the team gets disbanded. So, it's nice to have an opportunity to be able to retain, your core team. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I've done myself plenty of favours for my team by not doing very well this season, so my value has dropped. So I've become a bargain.
You're ripe for the pickings. That's what you are.
I'm a bargain. I'm like your $2 bin special. You look at that, you go, yes, please.
It is kind of taken into account though. So, for example, if I joined next season, my value would get adjusted. Same.
Oh yeah, you'd be 980 grand.
But yeah, like instead of taking your top 8 rounds, we calculate your driver value off like your top 3 maybe, just to get it more accurate.
Which is still pretty poor.
Is it? Yeah, right. Actually, let's have a quick look.
Yeah, it's been a horrific season.
Where's Rexy?
Like, I had my first race of the season was a cracker, and then everything after that has been relatively average. Oh, actually, I had one win.
You got 2 500s and a 400, so maybe we take the top 2 rounds.
I'll say 2 500s and a 400. I think you're doing better than me. I've only win the 5 once, so
yeah, I had a
there you
win
are.
somewhere. I don't know which track it was.
I'm pretty consistent at about the 450 a week range, which I'm looking to try and boost up to 480 a week next season. But we'll see what happens.
And we've got the Discord links up on the screen at the moment, so for anyone wanting to join for Season 8,
now's the time
to do it, yeah.
That's it. Check us out on Discord. We're on Facebook as well. One of our members, Tombo, doing a lot of good work putting our imagery up and getting the Wheel to Wheel name out there. And yeah, just look us up on Facebook, Wheel to Wheel Racing. Click that Discord link there as well, and jump into the crowd.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it. You know, it's a lot of fun running around with the boys in Wheel to Wheel. It certainly beats just doing dailies all the time.
100%. There's a lot less accountability in the dailies than there is here. Get punted constantly left, right and centre. Big shout out as well to our sponsors. We've got Pagnian Imports, you're doing a good job. A bit of sponsorship for us as well. We've got Races.world, who has really made it possible for streaming to be brought to you through Streamlabs. We've got Future Youth Streetwear as well, which is proprietary for one of our league members actually, and there's a few good deals there as well. So thanks to all our sponsors, we do appreciate it, and anyone watching, feel free to check them out. There's a lot of good stuff out there.
Yeah, our sponsors have been fantastic. We couldn't do it without them. So yeah, big shout out to our sponsors.
So you got the Gimp getting that damage repaired.
Getting them buffed out.
So that's cost him a lot of time.
It's
so
lucky
Just
it was
Kingston,
on a lap for him anyway.
Just Kingston was a minute and a half behind Gimp Man. So yeah,
he's caught right up. 9
Yeah,
seconds.
10
yeah,
seconds.
he was a minute 40 behind the Gimp Man when the Gimp Man crashed. So it just goes to show how that, you know, one accident can just kill you in this race.
And especially in that place, like it's just
Yeah, especially
carrying that
early
damage
on.
around that lap. It's painful. It's painful to watch.
Oh, it is. Be frustrating in the car too. So Pure Axel, he's got almost a minute and a half lead over Untouchables now. Gets a little bit shaky through there. So fatigue definitely starting to settle in with a few of these drivers. Concentration levels will start to drift a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. About a half hour left of the race.
Gimp Man should be right. He's had his wake up.
Yep, he's had a good reset.
Yeah.
He's had his
Ready
biscuit.
to tuck into it.
So
looks
Gimp
to be
Man,
fuel
no
saving.
doubt he's got a bit of Iron Maiden playing in the Beetle as he's driving around here.
What was that gap from Kingston to Gimp as he exited the pits? Was it around 9 seconds?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, sort of steady around 9.3. We would expect that from Gimp Man to open up, but I'd say it's an impossible task ahead of him to gain 45 seconds on Untouchables.
Yeah, he needs Untouchables to do exactly what he did and hit the wall, and Untouchables needs Pure Axel to do it twice.
Yeah, that's right. No sign of that happening from Pure Axel though. He's rock steady.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
But
in that
yeah,
zone.
very disappointing from a viewer's point of view. I was really looking forward to seeing a battle start to develop between Untouchables and the Gimp Man.
Interesting to see Pure Axel looking at his times on his in-laps and his out-laps. His in-laps, he's had two of them at 8:04.7, rounding up and rounding down. And then his in-laps have been 8:43, 8:46, 8:46. So his consistency across this circuit is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
To have times like that within a second of your in-laps and your out-laps consistently, not only is that consistency within the track, but also within your fuel burn and keeping yourself out of trouble with damage. Like he is It's basically robotic.
It is. It's such a hard thing to do over a course that's got 170 corners.
That's right.
It's so easy to put a foot wrong around this track. It's narrow, it's bumpy, and it's fast. So when you do make an error, it can be catastrophic. But he's just doing such a good job.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw the Super GT. He did the 24-hour.
Kingston
challenge.
into the wall.
No.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, and he's gone. What's happened?
Yeah, he got massive amounts of damage.
It could be a
there.
disconnection. If we could grab a
See if we
replay,
can
maybe.
bring it up. Yeah.
Unlucky.
Where is he? It's not letting me select him.
He's not in the race. He's not in the
Yeah,
room.
He's
he's
on the
bad.
replays. I've got him on the replay. I just can't select him.
Oh, okay.
Oh well.
Unfortunate, but he came off at Corbin Corner, I think, and it's gone into the fence. So sad to see it.
We've claimed 2 drivers this race.
Yeah.
Green hell.
Harley.
To
We lost
come-
Harley.
Takes no prisoners.
Harley was out in the first lap. Kingston, he came so far though.
Let's have a quick check in on that welcome channel.
I checked it shortly after, and we had no action. Any progress? Nah, not looking like
Zero
it.
progress.
And we've got another race tonight too. At
Untouchables.
7:30. Yeah, Untouchables
Yeah.
is pushing hard.
So we've got Division 4 at 7:30. Should be a great race.
That's right, and we've got who have we got on comms for that? I think we've got Super Dragon
Dodgy, Scooter, and Super Dragon. Yeah.
and Super Dragon. That's right, yeah. Dodgy bringing the A game on his on his visuals as well. A new guy on visuals for this season, and he's been doing a fantastic job. So, shout out to all the guys behind the scenes doing the visuals and bringing us all this racing content. It's
Hey, we might have you on visuals next season, eh, Squid?
oh, fingers crossed.
See how we go.
All the stars are aligning. I'm getting everything together and all the kit, and that's right. Hopefully you'll see me behind the scenes.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, so Div 4 should be an interesting race with them tonight. I don't know who to go for. I know Tooligan's put in 1 million laps around here. He did just about every qualifying session, so he should be one to watch for shake and bake racing.
Yes, we've got Tim Turtle in there.
But my mate Screw Loose, I'll be
Racer, I
backing
think,
him
did
as well as Marchie. Hopefully,
Yeah, I
he
think
can keep her on the
Viking
track.
did a rip snort around here, didn't he?
I thought Frosty Tops did as well, didn't he?
Oh, was it Frosty? Let's see, R12 quali.
Did Fang go all right around here?
Let's see, Fang with an 822. Who else did we say? Frosty
We
with
got
an 8
Bozza,
minute 15.
Oz Soul Reaper, Tooligan. You'd have to think Tooligan would probably be on pole.
Tooligan. Where is Tooligan in this list? Bolzer got an 8 minute 36. Renegade 8 minute 26. Tooligan with an 8:22, so he's actually just behind Tim Turtle.
Oh look, I'm going to have all my money on Screw Loose.
Palmer
Tonight.
with an 8 minute 19. So it looks like Palmer might be on pole for that one.
Yep.
Yeah, if you scroll to the top of that page,
Frosty,
it should have the
Frosty
grid orders
8:15.
there. Squid.
Oh, there you go. Look at that. Yeah, Frosty on pole. It's almost as if you've set this up to make it easy for us. Yeah, no, there's definitely some pace there. You know, I mean, even in Division 4, the guys are lapping pretty solidly.
Luminous.
Yeah.
Oh! Damage.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh,
front
and
end
Gimmet
damage.
as well.
Gimp Man, oh, he's got massive amounts of damage.
He is. He's right next to the pits. He's
But
going to
at
go
least
straight
he's at
in.
the pits.
Missed that one. Let's go to a replay there for Gimp Man. See what happened.
He did exactly the same thing as he did last time, as he was coming onto the start finish, but he didn't hold it this time.
Oh no.
Oh no, that is bad.
Oh, and it's that time, you know, you hit the hour mark, and it's keeping that concentration is bloody difficult.
Yeah, these last 2-3 laps are killers, as we see Pure Axel go purple again.
Yeah, so he'll be pitting this lap.
Yeah, so we can get his 2 laps out.
Have his out lap and then finish with the fastest lap time.
That's right. What are your bids? Let's take bets. Throw it up in the chat. What do you reckon your what do you reckon for Pure Axel's fastest lap time on his last lap?
He's done an 8:11 as his fastest so far. I'm going to say 8:09.
Point.
I think he'll push a little bit. Okay, 8:09.428.
8:09.428. Let me write that down. 8:09.428. What do you got? 5 moves?
Oh, let's see. I'll try an 8:10.3.
Just 3?
Over
3:00?
you,
Alright. For me, guys, he's going to be in the 07s.
07s, you reckon?
Yep, he's going to be 8:07. I reckon it'll be high, so point.
I don't know how much he leaves with the tyre wear and
4.5.
Well, he's 4 seconds up on his fastest time at the moment, so he's pushing.
Whoa.
Yeah, definitely. Well, throw it up in the chat, guys. What do you reckon? What do you reckon for Pure Axel's fastest time?
And Untouchables, he's on a purple sector at the moment as well, so he's not messing about.
No, definitely not. What's that? 1 second ahead of that, so he's on track for an 8:10, which again in race trim is fantastic.
Yep.
On medium tyres too.
No, he's on softs, isn't he? Or did he go back to mediums?
Nah, Touchy's on mediums.
Oh, really?
He is.
Is he doing a 3-lap stint?
I thought that he ran mediums earlier on as well. Do we have metrics on that one?
Second lap.
Sorry, what's that?
Do we have any metrics on mediums run by Untouchables? Because I think this is his second stint on mediums. Do we have the data, or is that a no-go?
I don't think GT Sports shows that.
That's right. Yeah, so I think this might be his second medium stint, but in any case, he's running purples, and that's fantastic.
Yeah, he's going to have to do a 1-lap stint here. Has he done a 1-lapper?
Look at his times. He has. Between 6 and 7, he ran a 1 lap.
So, because he's going to have to do another pit stop. He's not going to have enough fuel
To go all the way.
to do another lap. So then he's going to have to do another 1-lapper.
So, this has happened to me before. Do you reckon that he's forgotten that he actually did a stint on mediums?
Probably.
Well,
No, I'm deadly serious. I have done this. I've run mediums twice in a race because I forgot whether or not, and I was like, well, I better be safe.
if he's doing 3 laps, it makes sense. Like, he might just be trying that strategy out.
I don't think he's got the fuel for it, though. I mean, he's only halfway around the track, and he's just over a quarter tank left, so I don't think he can squeeze it around. We'll keep a close eye on that.
There.
Just come out of the pits.
One of the Anzac boys.
That's it. He's getting around the track, but he doesn't seem to have really got any damage. And he's had a couple of offs, but he's just ticking along nicely.
Just been plugging away.
That's it.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool effort for Scooter to try and recruit a whole team of Kiwis.
Yeah,
He tried his best. He almost did it too. I think he was 1 short at one stage.
The Kiwi pit lane in a team. Yeah,
So
Luna's
pure
doing
axle,
a good
almost
job
got
there
a
as well. Pure axle.
yeah, three seconds up on his time, but he'll pit here.
3 seconds what?
So 3.1, I think it was.
3.1. 3.1 would be looking like an 808.6. Yeah, there you go. And consistently, actually, there at the 3.1 as well. So,
Yeah.
God, he breaks late into this final section. He's quite late on the brakes, but he's again consistently takes it nicely, keeps it off the curb.
So as we see him coming to the pits for the final time. Oh, Untouchables
Yeah,
gets a little loose.
He's
was
loose,
sketchy.
isn't he?
Yeah. He's definitely pushing. He slides it through that corner there.
Oh, have you guys ever tried this track in like a? There's a Porsche N400. Can't remember the name of it, but it is difficult to drive, man.
Like
One of those,
like 911.
MR. Actually, maybe it wasn't
Oh,
a Porsche. What's that? It's a Tommaso or something. Do you know that one?
A Porsche. Oh, the
No, it's not a
Tommaso, Di
Porsche. I don't think
Tommaso.
Yes, that one.
Yeah, Di Tommaso.
It
Yeah.
was like I think there was like a daily race once with that car, like a one make, and insane.
Tough.
Yeah,
it took
the
about half an
mid-engine.
hour
They're
to just get
I
the
think
hang of the
there's-
car, man.
yeah, the Pantera. I think that's Zuzu's favourite car because if you tune it the right way with the suspension settings, it tripods just like a stadium truck. And you run that on the circuit tracks or something like Goodwood. It's the most fun you can have on two legs. It's just it's good filthy racing. Like
Untouchables, yeah, he was
Cup.
on mediums, 100%. So he's into the pits. Yeah, look, Corona Cup MX5 round here is always a blast.
Yeah,
In the dark.
pitch black. That's right.
In-car view only, HUD off.
Mm-hmm. Comfort
Yeah,
soft.
that's a lot of fun.
On comfort softs.
Fine moves. We've got to turn your full speed back all the way down to 1 so we can get you in for a Corona Cup soon.
Yeah, it has been, man. My shoulders are just tofu.
Oh, it's not ideal.
I used to race on, like, I think when I first got the wheel, I was on 6 for the torque. Up that back to 3, and then down to 1.
I've never known anyone to race lower than me. So when I first got my wheel, I know you were helping me out, and I used to race on my Logitech with force feedback set to 1, but I'm on 2 now with the TGT.
Okay, yeah, 2 feels really good.
It feels sort of realistic, so I like it.
And you crank the sensitivity right up to 10.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, a few guys running TGTs, but I think league wide we're mostly Fanatec crowd, if I recall correctly. Rexy, you're on the Fanatec CSL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bought
Adam
that
V.
through Pagnian Imports.
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, Adam V had both wheels at one stage. He had the TGT and the Fanatec.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
He sold his
then-
Fanatec to Zedi.
Zedi
Yeah.
took it after he bent his wheel.
He saw the light. TGT Master Race. Oh, Untouchables on the grass, but he gathers it up. Untouchables with brand new tyres, mediums again. He's obviously finding that car a lot more comfortable to drive on mediums. Just-
Well, he can push that little bit harder in the second lap.
Yeah, so that's interesting. I mean, if he knows what he's comfortable with, and if he knows that car is going to be strong on the mediums, power to him.
Yeah, some
Yeah.
people do find that the mediums are like just easier to drive on some cars.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean the tyre
the
wear gets
mediums
there.
around here don't feel too bad. especially after your half a lap.
I think Piper was like that too. Might have been with his.
Oh, not with his Audi.
Couldn't have been the Audi.
Well,
No,
the front wheel
it wasn't. It
drive
was the
one.
season before. No, actually, that was the season when we were last here. That was in the. He would have been in the Audi because we were in the Beamer,
Yeah.
and we couldn't
Yeah.
get anywhere near him in the Group 4, which killed me. Made me very sad,
Yeah.
Panda.
Oh man, that Group 4 Audi was nuts.
Oh, untouchable.
Yeah,
Gets
it
a
was
little bit
loose,
shaky
wasn't he?
there.
So we're closing in on the final lap.
I reckon Pure Axel's got it in the bag, guys. What do you reckon?
Oh, look, he could crash and he'd still be good,
Could
I
get a
think.
disconnect, man.
Yeah, that's probably the only way he could lose right now. is
These
a
are
disconnect.
our possibilities. Did we get any
Stranger things
bids in
have
the?
happened.
Did we get any bids in the chat for
Yeah.
Pure Axel's
Off-
final time?
Yeah. Fossey reckons a 7:59.
Oh yeah, good. Yeah.
Fair enough. Low fuel.
DCR,
Well, the car
6
will be
minutes.
right.
What's he talking about?
6 minutes. It's like in Mario Kart when you find that shortcut.
Yeah, he's going to jump the
He's
bridge.
just going to drive through the town in the middle.
So
takes that.
Baseman's got a bit of front end damage there.
Oh, does he?
Luminous just pushing along. Gimpman.
Oh man, Baseman is running the risk of possibly getting lapped. He's 7 minutes behind. I don't think that'll happen in 2 laps.
No, to get a minute, he'd have to come off again. Oh, Pure Axel's pushing though.
Yeah,
He's
he
getting
is.
ready for his
Really
hot lap.
pushing. He is
But again,
throwing
though,
that thing
you-
around.
Again, though, you jump into his cockpit cam and watch that wheel. It just... There's no over movements. There's no hasty corrections. It's just so calculated.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no correcting the car. He's just... But he definitely looks like he's pushing that a little bit harder.
Oh, he is. Yeah, what we don't see is the legs. We don't see his throttle.
Oh,
he's gathered it up.
Welded.
Oh, I mean, I don't want to put the commentator's curse on him.
Yeah, he does know that this is just his outlap. Yeah, he wants to save some tyre.
To be fair,
he's pushing hard too.
To be fair to Pure Axel, he's got a good chance, even with a disconnect, to still get 2 points for the fastest lap. Because I mean, 8:11 in race trim is still quite quick.
Yeah, an 8:11.7. That's a good time in race trim.
So do we go bumper cam with Pure Axel for his final lap, or cockpit?
Go cockpit. Inside the view, inside the car, you can see him. How much he uses the wheel, or how much he doesn't fight the car.
Yeah.
Everything's nice and smooth.
It's actually really peaceful to watch, which is a weird thing to say about the inside of a race car. Watch him
Yeah,
move
it's the
the brake
complete
plate
opposite
around
to
here.
the way I drive. I'm
Yeah, me
sliding the
too.
thing everywhere. Oh, he's
Little
grazed
bit
the
of-
wall.
Little bit of a graze, but no damage. Cracks on. This
Alrighty,
is
on
it. He's
board.
under a half tank of fuel, so he's going to have to save fuel a little bit.
Yeah, he pushed super hard that lap then. He's 3 seconds up already.
3 seconds after turn 1, so which
How
is
the
not
hell
surprising.
did you get 3 seconds up on one corner?
Well, remember that the first lap it also included a grid start, so
Oh, yeah.
there's that that additional there. Bit of understeer into the hairpin, but it gathers up, come up the hill, 4.2 seconds in front on a purple sector. Oh, a bit of understeer, he gets a little bit of
kept
gravel.
it out of the sand there.
He's lightning quick through this GP section.
Yeah.
Those tyres are squealing for mercy.
4.2, so he's maintaining that gap at the moment.
As he comes through the endurance chicane. Oh, and
just kept it on the
off
track
grass.
there. It's run a little bit
wide.
wide there. Slight touch to the wall, maybe.
Down into the first technical section, the narrow bit. A little bit of understeer, but he counters it well.
You got to be so careful coming into that corner, and then this section here.
Yeah, if
very
you get
easy
too
to
much
get it
curb or you miss the apex, exactly right. Too far one way or the other can put you in trouble. He's done it nicely.
It's back to flat.
Yeah, coming up over this hill, you often see the front of the car lift up. Although not in the Supra.
Slight lift through here. He's done well. He's done real well.
That was an incredible save. Can we get that replay? Oh my goodness.
Let's try.
We'll see how we go. That was incredible. I'd like to see it from outside the car.
Here we go, boys. So yeah, it was on that just after that right hander, wasn't it? Here
Yeah,
we
he's
go.
grabbed the grass.
Oh damn! Fully onto the grass. Yeah,
He did well to keep it off the wall there.
Holding onto that. God, it's hard to be beating 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Yeah. That's the most wheel work I've seen him do the whole race.
Yeah, me too. But no, great job holding it together, and he's
didn't lose too much there.
Back again.
No, he wouldn't have lost too much time. He managed to.
About 8/10 it looks like he's lost. Which, you know, considering how it could have gone.
Find this corner here quite tricky. That last corner you come through. Like you want to go faster than what you actually can through it.
Yeah, as Corbin discovered a few times.
Apex says he would have been around 12 times on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have hit the wall. Everything would have gone red.
Yeah, so again, for that consistency, 3.1 up, and he's the same at the last split as well, so he's not gaining or losing any time. Come down to the right-hander and then start on the long flat section up through the valley.
A lot of guys in quali would have to hold fifth gear up this hill.
Yeah, that's right. No issue for pure axle into sixth, but that's right. The torque for some of the cars just isn't quite there to keep accelerating up the hill using sixth.
Yeah, in the skyline you'd start going backwards.
It's millimetre perfect on that left-hander flat.
Yeah, flat through here, hard on the brakes. Charge up to the carousel. Carousel, tricky corner. It's another one of those ones where you want to go through it fast, but if you get too low in it, the car can turn around on you, And if you accelerate too early coming out of it, the car can spin on you, so it's a tricky corner.
That's right, of course executed perfectly by Pure Axel there though.
Yeah, he's showing us how it's done.
Yeah, this is a masterclass here. Keeps it in 4th through here and he'll drop back to 3rd.
And this, one of my favourite sections of road in all the racetracks.
Definitely.
Like you think you're going fast through here, and then you get someone like Pure Axel who comes from nowhere and starts flashing his lights at you, giving you the hurry up.
Oh wait, no, it's this corner. This is where I did the work.
Yeah, this one here. This one.
Round and around you would go.
I bloody hate this corner.
This is, as Super Dragon calls it, YouTube corner, because if you Google Nürburgring crash, the number of hits that'll come up with that corner, and everyone wrecking their road cars. Slight dab of the brakes just before the drop there. Gets that nice double right apex beautifully, left apex.
And it's just flat.
It's flat, but it's a wild ride down here. It's a roller coaster.
In the skyline, the front of the car's bouncing through that whole section.
Yeah, it's scary when it grips and then it gets a bit of air and it stops gripping and you're like, oh, is it going to turn in again? And then it slams back down and it's a wild ride.
This is an impressive lap. He's pretty dialed in at the moment.
Absolutely.
90 minutes into the race.
Yeah, he should be flat out of here. There he goes. And the car's very light, so we should see him at his reach his flight speed. He should be up around 274, 275.
So 8.7 maybe.
Oh, whoa! There's no updating from here.
Oh no, hey, I'm sticking with my time. I'm just saying he's on track for roughly an 8.7, I reckon.
Yeah. Rexy's bid was an 809.4. Fine Moves with an 810.3. And I thought an 807.8. So we'll see if we can keep it together these last few corners. Slows the car down beautifully.
So well done, Pure Axel. Great race. 2 minute lead over the rest of the field. And he's going to finish with an 807.9. So if he didn't have that moment, I reckon you would have been bang on. So Untouchables, let's jump on board with him as he finishes this.
Congratulations, Pure Axel. Outstanding race.
It's a great drive. 2 minute lead over the rest of the field. Untouchables also had a flawless drive here. Kept it off the walls. No damage.
He ran a strange strategy from my perspective watching, running mediums a few times, but he's obviously comfortable on those tyres and it works for him. But as you said, he's kept it out of the wall, he's kept it damage free, I think, and he's done a great job.
Yeah, look, great drive. I think it's going to be quite a respectable overall time as well. So, yeah, well done, Untouchables. As long as you can keep it off the wall through this last couple of turns.
Yeah, and with 2 minutes remaining, we'll see Untouchables get over the line. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll see Gimpman get over the line before the race is called.
No, which is unfortunate. And look, Gimpman, extremely unlucky.
It was.
But it's his first race of wheel to wheel.
And what a debut it was. I mean,
big track to start on.
Big track, big ask. But a qualifying time that he got, and the way that he's raced, he's done himself a real service. So welcome to the league, Gimpman, and I think we all look forward to racing with you.
Yeah, look forward to seeing you in season 8. I think you'll definitely be up in Div 2, pushing your way through into Div 1.
So here's Untouchables.
Untouchables comes into the last turn.
Gets the speed arrested nicely. A little bit
gets a little bit sideways. That's for the fans.
Yeah,
so well done.
For the fans. And 8.16.
Great drive. 8.16 for his final lap. So great drive there by Untouchables. Gimpman going to take third.
Luminous in fourth with a gap of...
Oh, is he going to hang
what's
on? He just hung on to it. He was just showing his rally skills.
Oh, it gets a lot of grass. Pushing.
Yeah, he sees that countdown happening. But he's had a great drive in the Beetles. It's a shame that he made those 2 errors.
Oh, 3 errors.
Yeah,
Keeps it out of the fence, though. Yeah.
So that's it. Pure Axel smashing it.
1 minute
With
32,
a 2 minute
22.
lead with a 1:22.20. Excuse me.
Nice work, boys.
Yeah, absolutely. Well done. Well done all.
So that's it. E-League done. Season over.
Yeah. Well,
Don't forget to stick around and watch the Div 4 boys run around at 7:30 tonight. So it should be a great race. They've been putting in some pretty good lap times around here, so I'm expecting big things. I think it'll be a lot closer than what we've seen in this race too.
Yeah, broad mix across here, and in Div 4 we should see a lot more close racing. So stick around at 7:30. It'll be a close one, I reckon.
Yep, definitely. And then the following week we've got divisions 3, 2, and Premier League.
Yeah, so Premier League will be kicking it off next week at 5:30, so it should be a good race, followed by the Div 2 boys running around at 7:30. So, 2 cracking races coming up next week. So that's it, boys. Well done to Pure Axel, well done to Untouchables, and Gimpman taking third. And that's it, boys. We're out. So big thanks to Squiddy and Fire Moves.
Yeah, thanks, boys.
No, not at all. Big thanks to you. Welcome back to the commentary box, mate.
Yeah, it's nice to be back. I'll try to get a bit in next season. We'll see how she goes. Kids, 100%. They get in the way of everything.
All right, thanks very much, guys. Take it easy, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, boys.
See you guys.
Cheers.